Hey family, we are live, broadcasting live. This is the Conversation Room 101. Make sure it's only adults in the house. I need your mind to be open, prepared, and relaxed. Welcome to our home. Take your shoes off. We got some rules we need to go over. Be kind. No cursing in the chat. If you want to curse, call in. And no shouting out other channels. That's a no-no. We got one other rule. There is no judging our guests. It will not be permitted. Zero tolerance. And if so, you want to do that, guess what? We got security. And we will escort you out. Because over here, hashtag we don't care. We're going to be one big family. We're going to laugh together sometimes. We're going to cry. But we definitely going to pray. I thank the Lord above for everything. I lift him up and give him the glory. But you guys, right now, we're going to get our popcorn. And then we're going to see what's going on. And let me just park my car. And I'll be in there in a minute. I'll see you real soon.
The Copyright Disclaimer Act. The Copyright Disclaimer Act under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarships, and research. Fair use is used permitted by copyright statutes that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Come on in, you guys. Come on in. I am still a little bit sick. I know you guys are in here, and I was listening to the interview. The mom, Tyrese's mother, Tyre. I said Tyrese. I'm sorry. Tyre Nichols. We're talking about that case, and Ben Crump is sitting next to the mother. And the mother is very calm and everything. And I guess they're having this interview with Don Lemon. CNN got the interview with them. And I was sitting here listening to some of it. Half of it's already gone. You guys can listen a little bit before to see.
When they contacted you that they were trying to cover up, why did you think that?
She thinks the mother said that they first initially came to her house. They told her son was drunk. He was driving erratically. They have not found no evidence of this young man driving radically. And then they said that he had this supernatural type of energy. So he must have been on some drugs or something. So they were already trying to probably allegedly cover up. They even told the mother that she couldn't go to the hospital. And when they called, the hospital called her, St. Francis Hospital, called her at 4:00 in the morning. I'm just giving you guys a little insight of what was already been said a little bit, because I don't want to go back over it. I still haven't seen the video. Have anybody seen the video? Please let me know if you're in here and you've seen the video. But she says that, hey, LaKendra, how you doing? Miss Tina, what's going on? Brown Sugar, I see you. Diane, hello. Zena, Sanja Watts, Brown Sugar. They have barricaded the downtown police department with, fencing, and then they got some in the parking garage just in case things get out of hand. So they're watching this very, very good. But the mother says she wants people to protest peacefully. She don't want nobody getting hurt, which we knew that was going to come up too. But let's listen a little bit.
As I started getting information, and information was coming to me.
They're not going to release it until after 7. Oh.
They made it seem like the stop and the start and the stop of the was at a certain location. when actually they were less than 80 feet from my home.
You talked about what you saw. Now, I hate to bring this up, but I just have to be honest. You know Emmett Till?
Yes.
It's reminiscent of that.
I haven't seen the video.
I'm talking about what you saw when you went to the hospital.
Oh, yes. 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 That was terrible.
Dad, you agree with that?
Oh, most definitely. Because I'm the one who took the picture that's being circulated. And I took the picture because he was in such horrific condition. He shouldn't have been in that condition from pepper spray and tasing.
He was never conscious. That's
No.
what you said you believe if he lived, he would have been a vegetable.
Yes.
She said if her son would have lived, he would have been a vegetable. He was already gone.
As well as he calls out for you 3 times. Good wrenching screams for his
See,
mom.
'cause
Go ahead, Mom.
that was my baby. He was a mama's boy. That boy loved me to death. He has my name tattooed on his arm. People don't know what those 5 police officers did to our family. And they really don't know what they did to their own families. They have put their own families in harm's way. They have brought shame to their own families. They brought shame to the Black community.
Yes, they did.
I just feel sorry for them. I really do. I really feel sorry for them.
Why do you say that?
Because they didn't have to do this. And like I said, they brought a lot of shame to their own family.
Mm-hmm.
Once you see this video, and I know I didn't see it, but from what I hear, it's horrific. And the humanity of it all. Where was the humanity? They beat my son like a piñata. My son, he had Crohn's disease.
He had Crohn's disease.
He had surgery in 2013. My son weighed $150. He was 6'3", and he weighed $150. And those men, if you combine their weights, it was over 1,000 pounds. Beating a 150-pound person to death. Because that's what they did. They beat my son to death.
He cried out for his mom.
Yes. Yes, he cried out for me. Because I'm his mother. And that's what he was trying to get home to safety. And it was funny. I was in the room earlier, and my stomach started hurting so bad. And I went into the den. I told my husband, my stomach is hurting so bad. And once I found out what happened, it was just the fact that I was feeling my son's pain. I was feeling my son's pain when they were beating him to death.
You said that you felt sorry for them. Where does that come from, Mom?
I don't hate anybody. That's not in my nature. I just feel sorry for them because they did something horrendous. And I don't know.
You said they brought shame on themselves, their family, and they brought shame on the Black community. Can you speak to these? Are all Black officers?
No. People try to say Black people, we only try to go after white officers. That's not true. We don't care what color the officer is. We want bad officers taken off the force. We know there's a lot of great officers. I know officers. But there are bad officers too. And those are the ones that we need to get rid of. Because all these kids that are dying and being killed at the hands of police officers, their parents pay taxes. They're paying their salaries. And then they have to be murdered by a person who's they're paying their salaries. That's not right. Why is it that black and brown kids always get beat up when they are encountered with the police? We just had an incident in Memphis right after my son with the white guy who spit on a police officer. They didn't beat him to death. Why? And I'm not saying they're supposed to, but why? They ran. They didn't get beat up. I don't care what color a police officer, but by them being black, it hurt the black community.
You think there's a bias built into the system regardless of what color the officer is?
Yes.
What would you say to these officers, Mom?
I would say to these officers that you have to show some compassion to people. We all know that a lot of these police officers intimidate black people in order for them to do something. They're waiting for them to do something. And they need to learn that everyone is human and everyone should be treated with respect.
She didn't see the video. You saw the video. Yes. What are we going to see, Rodney?
From the initial encounter.
You can't even look that way when he talks about the video.
Hold on. I don't know why we are frozen. Whew. Can you guys hear me? What's going on?
request that she could stay in there as long as she could. She heard one word and had to leave out the door. And that was when they initially was pulling him out the car. He said, "What did I do?"
That's what he said.
He said, "What did I do? Why are y'all doing this to me? What did I do?" And they proceeded to snatch him out of the car and was trying to wrestle him to the ground. And he got scared. So he was athletic enough to get out of their situation and run. And he was trying to run home because he was 3 blocks from the house when they stopped him. So after the initial encounter, we didn't see everything because actually when the body cam started, they were already engaged. And then there was the second body cam with the sky cam that videoed the encounter. And when I saw the police officer, they have this little like stick, this metal thing that they pull out.
Yeah, pull out like an antenna.
Like an antenna,
Right.
Exactly.
Retractable.
Yes, and I saw them pull that out and started beating my son with it. I saw officers hitting on him. I saw officers kicking him. One officer kicked him like he was kicking a football a couple of times. And but the most telling thing about the video to me was the fact that it was maybe 10 officers on the scene, and nobody tried to stop it, or even after they beat him and they propped him up against a car, no one rendered aid to him whatsoever. They walked around smoking cigarettes like it was all calm and bragging about what happened.
Or an hour of video.
Yes.
And you saw him just sitting there.
He was sitting there, and then he slumped over. And an officer walked over to him and said, "Sit back up, mother MF," And while he's handcuffed. So they popped him back up, and he slumped over again. And they popped him back up again. But no one was rendering aid. I saw some fire department people come out there, and they just walked around. Nobody showed any aid, and they're supposed to be trained in first aid. By the time the paramedic truck pulled up, that's when we couldn't see anything because the paramedic truck blocked the camera. And so I was told that the lady who was driving the paramedic truck never got out.
Wow.
So it was just,
Hold on, you guys.
time, 150 pounds.
You guys, I don't know what's going on with the camera or anything. I was listening to the live. I wanted to share that with you guys because I don't know if you guys heard, but the stepfather had watch the whole video. I'm gonna leave it like this because I'm sicker than a dog. You guys don't need to see me sick. I don't know why my camera. I can pull it up, but I'm not going to pull it up. Pull myself up because my throat is still hurting. Zena says, yes, I can hear you. Okay, yes. Thank you, Zena. Thank you. We back. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. KMB says, can't hear well. It's showing that. So in other words, they abused their position and authority and did this to be a whole. Do you remember me? Yes. Country Bulldog. They did charge him. They charged the men, but it's not first degree. And that's why I wanted to get it. She's got 7 more minutes. They've been charged, you guys. And
how could he pose a threat?
The stepfather says there was 10 officers out there. And they set him up. And he kept leaning down with the handcuffs on him on the curb. And they would just cuss him out and say, "Set up, mother effer," like he did something. He didn't do anything. The mother is asking, she says she feels sorry for the police officers. She feels sorry for them. 2 firemen were fired as well. True. I want to know what their charges was. All 10 needs to be charged. Well, yes. All 10 probably do needs to be charged. The mother is asking for a peaceful protest. And I get that. She don't want nobody else, They basically is saying, hey, we messed up. As, you know what I'm saying? As police officers, out of all 5, it's not even just 5. It was 5 that probably did the beating. But the guy says that the sky cam shows it was like 10 police officers. Then they tried to lie to the mother about her child that was only but 2-3 blocks away. I'm going to listen to the rest of it.
To their lives the way they had to take his life. Unarmed.
What's your message?
Here's the mother's message.
My message is
of the stepfather.
My wife said, hopefully from this situation that we have reform, that police get better training. That
they always talking about reform the police.
People because of this.
Hey Natasha, how you doing?
Scorpion unit has beat up other people, but because they didn't die, it's not publicized. It's like it's washed under the rug.
You think more is going to come out then?
I believe that more is going to come out. It's going to be a strong reaction down limit. After George Floyd, after so many of these tragedies, we pray for reform.
Can I ask you something? She said her son came here on a mission. And she doesn't hate anybody. She feels sorry for them. Doing the work that you do, is there a lesson in it? You said this is a blueprint, should be a blueprint for around the country. So what is the mission? What will accomplish
this
the
is
mission
terrible for those who are to serve.
Sent to this earth for and taken too quickly.
And the prayer that I believe Ms. Wells is articulating is that this won't have to happen to other young Black and brown children. We don't have to learn so many hashtags down limit. I don't have to keep talking to you on CNN week after every other week about yet another unarmed Black person has been killed by police
exactly.
in a highly controversial manner. Hopefully.
They're always talking about reform once it's already happened. It's like you don't see nothing wrong with how you conduct business and arresting certain group of people until you kill them. Now we need to reform. What do you mean? I thought everything was okay. Like, you guys doing a wonderful job. As long as nobody didn't die, you wasn't trying to reform anything. Now, I'm going to say this. You guys, correct me if I'm wrong. Here's the thing. you know, the mother said it, I said it, and you guys see it too. This is the first time ever that they hurried up, arrested, fired, but we know why too. You can't really lie when the cameras are showing it. But what made these police officers think? Today's day, everybody got cameras. Cameras everywhere. You see what I'm saying? What made you think to drag this young man out of his car and just beat him? And then, you guys, what was you going to do? Lie about it? Oh, just send him to jail and say, oh, he was resisting arrest. Oh, he was fleeing. Oh, he was driving reckless. They don't even see him driving reckless. Why did you even stop this cat? They don't even see him driving reckless. You stop this man. See, this is what I'm saying. There's a reason why they stopped this young man. He wasn't driving reckless, so you must have got him mixed up with somebody else. So you done did some already looking at someone and categorizing them as a bad person. Oh, there's Billy Bob. He's driving this car. He think we don't know who he is. We're going to go stop him. And you got no reason to stop him. You had no reason in the world to stop this young man. He wasn't driving reckless. He wasn't speeding. He asking you what to do. Oh, when we asked the question, which guess what? It's legal to ask the police. You're supposed to ask them. Why are you stopping me? They're like, you don't ask me nothing. Here's the thing. African American people, and I'm just being honest, I'm just telling the truth, they asked the police, hey, why are you stopping me? Shut up. You don't ask me nothing. The color asked the same question. They back off. They back off. Matter of fact, I done seen them cuss him out and tell him to take your little butt. And the woman had her hand looking like a little kid. She said, take your little butt, go over there and sit down and leave me alone. And the police, that's what they do. You can't do that. There's different standards. You have a right to ask the question. But if you teach your kid to ask that question, they get beat down. The cops always say that people were combative and resisting arrest just because you asked a question. Oh, they ran. Oh, there was another confrontation. Oh, we stopped them over there. Oh, they let you go a little bit. They let you stand up. You guys, okay, we can act like this don't happen. It happens all the time, everywhere, every state, it happens. And you know what this mother said? And I told you guys this the other day. And today's Friday, you guys, and I hate to tell you this. My boss just texted me and said, we got another meeting come Monday. I'm so sick and tired of these meetings. I'm sick and tired of them. Because a meeting Monday and then I got to work Monday, that don't make sense. I don't want to be up 3 o'clock at a meeting and driving, getting there, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock meeting, 4 o'clock, they sitting there chitter-chatter because they work first shift and then I got to be back at 6. I don't like it. And it goes off into what we do. And it's starting to just weird. It's weird. She said that could have been my son because he does ask questions. It could have been mine. My son would have asked the question too and would have been like, just tell me, what did I do? LaKendra says there's more to the story. I believe it. You guys, the mother said that the African American people are embarrassed, and we are. I know I am. I don't know about you guys. I'm embarrassed. But you couldn't tell people that this would have happened and all black police will just sit there and beat this, because they're like, why would they do that? Why? Because that's what they were taught. That's what they were taught. You guys understand what I'm saying? And you're not going to continue to be that police officer if you don't do this to the ones that, you know, they teach you to hate people that look like you. They think different. Thank you, Natasha. I couldn't remember the word, profiling. That's what they did. They profiled this young man, and they profiled him wrong. So I guess they're going to release it sometime today. I can't wait. I've been watching this, and I've been hearing every 5 minutes what's going on. This is always, anytime CNN gets the interview, you know, it's always going to be professional, done, you know. Crazy. Anyway, y'all, my throat is still hurting. And I'm sorry. My husband's throat is hurting. My throat is hurting. We still got 5 more minutes.
Brown people will finally be dealt with. We won't continue to try to say that, oh, it's training.
Why is people so scared of black people?
We see that all the time. But it's when it's black and brown citizens, no matter if the police are black, Hispanic, or white, they seem to do the most time limit. And so this is the blueprint from now. You know, Memphis Police Department terminated them immediately. The DA brought charges within 20 days. Now, when it's not black officers, we want to see the same type of justice.
Mm-hmm. Mom?
Yes.
What you gonna miss about him the most?
His beautiful smile.
She said he got a beautiful smile.
My son had a beautiful soul, and he touched a lot of people. And I always joke, because he'll come in the house, and he'll come in and say, hello, parents. I'll never hear that again. I'll never cook for my son again.
Oh.
I'll never get a hug from my son again.
Mm-hmm.
I won't get anything from my son again.
Mm. Just
because some officers decided they wanted to do harm to my son.
Mm.
And so, this is a very difficult thing. No mother should have to go through this. No mother. And I never thought in a million years that I would be sitting on your show speaking about my deceased son that was killed by the Memphis Police Department.
Whoa. That's terrible. Please make sure you are ready for the video. It is not nice. Protect what? Protect what? Who heard snippets of the dispatch Yeah, this is terrible, you guys. This is very terrible. This is terrible. And it's cool. She said, I don't know what's going on, but I have it also. Yeah, this has been going on for 2 weeks now. I mean, I can move around and everything, but I am just sicker than a dog. But so I'm literally just got the call, so I'm finna go get my my tea. You guys, I'm gonna get off of here. I'm gonna wait for the video. I know Monday we may not be on because of a meeting, but I know Wednesday. I don't want people to be all upset thinking that, like I look at this in a bad way because I do. I'm so embarrassed. I am, because this is just, but I mean, this is how people do when they get in the position. They be like, oh, we got to treat them the way that the white officers treat the black people. And if we don't treat them, you thinking, okay, we get some black officers in there. Maybe they just act like they got some sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, treat everybody the same. You don't treat the white people better. Don't treat the black people worse. Don't do that. But I told you guys, in every situation when I moved up in, work, job, positions or whatever, and there was someone of a color over me, they always let me know that they were going to give me a hard time. I'm serious. They always when I got stopped by a black police officer, he let me know, I'm going to give you a hard time. He said everything but the N-word. So sometimes when people be like, I'd rather just deal with, at least I expect it from them. You know what I'm saying? And we keep talking about the same thing over and over and over. Last year was Floyd. Before then, they running in the house, just shooting. I just think that the world is scared of African people. I think they're scared. And we're going to have that conversation. Why are you scared? Why? What have I done to you? I haven't done anything. You want me to sit back and say, your ancestors done something to my ancestors. Okay, that's fine. But what have I done? What have my kids done? So you're saying, don't reflect on how we treated your ancestors and your people. And I don't. I'm looking at right now, I'm still fearful for my grandchildren and my children. And I'm always calling them up. I just call my daughter up. I just call my grandson up. Hey, you guys okay? You guys doing okay? Because I don't want them to have no interaction. None. No interaction. Because if there's any interaction, whatever you say, that's what the world's going to believe. They're not going to believe my grandson. And that's why, you know what? I call my grandson, come over here, earn you some money. Come over here, cut the grass. I want him in my presence. I don't want him to have a little video job and then he's trying to make it here, make it there, and has to encounter a police officer when I can't follow him everywhere and his mother can't follow him everywhere. And then the minute you say, well, look, he had trouble at school. Oh, this is not his way home. Everything got to be an excuse. Person got to have an excuse. This mother said, my child don't drink. He don't do drugs. He's a good kid. He like skateboard. Something tells me there was a little bit more going on with him as far as, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was just a good young man. Nah, he wasn't, doing things 28, 29-year-olds doing. Probably a little slow. She said he had Crohn's disease. So, he just had surgery. So this kid wasn't all, getting cars and putting up, he wasn't putting up, gang member signs and all this other stuff. Probably was a square. So when they told the mama, was he been drinking? She's like, boy, please, my child don't drink. See what I'm saying? Oh, they put some false charges on him. Oh, he tried to run away. Oh, he was reckless driving. He was this, he was that. Everything that they said was a lie. They just profiled him, profiled the wrong person, and he didn't know what was going on, and then they was just beating him to death. And they got a reason why they were beating him to death. They try to sometimes beat kids into submission to be their flunky, to be their mule, to go tell, snitch, be a little rat, tell who got the drugs and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? And this is how they get people out of, stuff like this. This is how they make people into that. I'm just being honest with you guys. I've seen him do it before. I've seen him even try to turn my son into something of that nature. And I got on him. I sent him a certified letter and says, quit stopping my son. You don't know him. He's not your friend. Quit calling him in front of his friends. He don't know nothing. You're going to get my child killed. Just because you're a police officer, don't give you the right to stop my son every time you see him. So you got to watch your kids, especially them boys, young lady. If you have a son, you've got to watch them sons, because their whole thing is they hate the African women because, African women are a little bit more aggressive, and, we have to be. We're designed like that. We got to survive. Then they say, oh, they're just so aggressive. You better be. You better stand up for something. Anyway, you guys, I'm going to get off of here. I got to go talk to my husband about what's going on. I got to go check out some things. I'm going to get off of here. My throat is really bad. She said, I said the other day, I don't believe reckless driving story. I didn't believe it either. When he is pulled over, the cop could have had a bad day and encounter with someone before he was pulled over. Yeah, but still, that don't give you the right to just pull somebody out the car and start beating them. And then here come 5 other police and they're going to beat him too. All of y'all just sitting there beating him. He trying to run. Of course you're going to try to run. You don't sit there and let somebody just keep beating on you and you don't even know why. You try to get away. Because they're going to kill you. And that's what they did. They killed him. That's what they did. They wasn't completed until it was done. And then they were sitting there. The father said they sat there and did not render no help. And then the woman from the paramedics, she didn't even get out the car. This is our world. This is what we live in. And people's like, why are you angry? Why do you feel this way? All people are not like this. 90%, even Black people, you have to be very careful. When you go out into this world, stay to yourself, because they're not going to believe you. Tell your children the same thing. You guys know. Ain't nothing done changed. You know what your family taught you. You have to teach that. You can't just stop teaching that to your kids and your grandkids. I still teach the same thing that I was taught. Come in before the street lights come on and all that other stuff. All that stuff there's a reason for it. I'm gonna get off of here. There's a reason for it. I hate to see these kids getting killed and stuff, but that's just the way it be. That's just the way it be. Oh my goodness, this computer's doing whatever it wants to do. Oh Lord. I think somebody's fooling around with my computer. That's what I believe. I think somebody's just fooling around with it. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna get off of here. It's doing whatever it wants to do. I will see you guys sometime next week. If I don't come on Monday, I'm telling you, they said that we were gonna have a meeting. So maybe not Monday. I'm sorry, Friday. Maybe next Friday we're having the meeting. I think that's they changed it and said Friday. You guys, I'm gonna get off of here. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. All right, you guys.